Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Akiba and our Friday night Kabbalat Shabbat service. We are so happy to see all of you here together on Zoom. Our service tonight will be led by myself and the rabbi and a few of our guest congregants who will help lead us through some of our prayers. And I'm really excited to announce that this is our last service on Zoom. We are going to be able to go back inside and have services once again in our sanctuary starting next week. So yay! We are so happy for that. And of course, we will still be on Zoom for those of you that are not able to attend and streaming onto YouTube as well. So there's many different ways to be with our community, whether in person or online. But we are so excited to be here tonight and to celebrate the beauty of Shabbat with all of you. And of course, this is Kabbalat Shabbat, so this is our service in song. We have a small band, just the two of us tonight, but a mighty band. And we, as always, invite you to sing along with us. We can't hear you right now. Next week, we will be able to hear you, and we're so happy for that. But for this week, we can see you swaying. And even if we can't hear you, we still want you to sing along at home to join with us in song and prayer. We are going to start our service tonight with the singing of Hine Matov, how good it is that we are all here together. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma 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 tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. היי, הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה. One more time. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי לה 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 לה. It fills our hearts so much to see all of you, to feel your presence, and to know that your light is right here. Shabbat is all about bringing light into darkness, and what a joy to bring to the camera two souls filled with so much light, Elizabeth and Morris Zlotowitz, who will lead us in our Shabbat candlelighting. We encourage you to find candles in your own homes and to light candles along with Elizabeth and Morris. And following Elizabeth and Morris, we're going to invite Michael Hudson to lead us in the Kiddush. Shabbat Shalom, Morris and Elizabeth.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Cantor. Thank you for allowing us to participate in the service in such a meaningful way. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you so much. And we ask for all who are able to please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon in kilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehila lamikra kodesh zeh letziat mitzrayim kivanu varhata ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodsha be'ahava uvratzon in kol tahanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Please be seated, everyone. We continue with the singing of Shiru L'Adonai, Shir Chadash, sing unto God a new song. God. I will sing unto God a new song. Friends, we now continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, and what an honor to have Herman Barnathan, who is leading us in this prayer. Shabbat Shalom, Herman.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach terutei v'yamlich malkutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'kayed kol Beit Yisrael bagala u'v'zman karif v'himeru amen. Yesh merabah mevorak le'alam ulam me'olmaya yitporak v'yispara v'yichroman v'yitnaseh v'yihada v'yihale v'yihalal shemei l'chudasha berichu le'lam enchal berochata Beshirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran dialma behimeru amen.
Thank you so much, Herman. We continue our service with our formal call to worship, the Baruch Hu, and we ask for all who are able to please rise. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la.
Please be seated, everyone. Our next song is a love song in our prayer book. It's called Ahavat Olam. It means everlasting love. And this prayer, it precedes the Shema, and it says that God has given love to the people of Israel. And then we do the Shema, And then right after the Shema is the V'ahavta, about how we should therefore love God. So again, this prayer, the Ahavat Olam, is God loving us. And then there's the Shema, and then there's the prayer about the love that we give back to God. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Amcha Ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu lemadeta, otanu lemadeta. Haken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbenu, uvkumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
We continue with our Shema, the watchword of our faith, the prayer that reminds us that there is one God and that we and God are in partnership to create a better world together. If you are still standing, please remain standing. If not, if you are able, please rise for the Shema. This is going to lead directly into And Thou Shalt Love, our English version of the Ve'ahavta. Feel free to be seated for that portion of the prayer. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malechuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and when thou risest up, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. Our next prayer is the Michamocha, our prayer of freedom, our prayer of celebration of being freed from slavery. And we begin with the words, "Who is like you, Adonai?" Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. And it is my honor to invite Ira Diamond to lead us in our Amidah section. Shabbat Shalom, Ira, and thank you so much for helping lead us in this section tonight.
Shabbat Shalom, Cantor, and Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Adonai tzevatai titach ufi yagita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivcha, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomil Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Gula, Livnei V'Nechem, Lema'an Shemo Biachava. Melech Ozer Umoshiach Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai. Magen Avraham ve'Ezra Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai. Mechaye HaKol atah. Rav Lechoshiach. Mashiv Haruach. Umorim Hagashem. Mechalkel Hayim Bechesed. Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim. So Mev Noflim Verofe Holim. Umatir Asurin. Umekayem Emunato. Lishene Afar. Nichamocha Baal Gevurot. Umidom Elach. Melech Memid Umekayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua B'ne'emanata L'chachayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom V'Halalu HaSela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Ira, thank you so very much. If you are standing, please be seated, everyone. So many of us over these past couple of years who have been attending Zoom services and meetings and webinars, just by a show of hands, how many of you have often said to someone else, Joe, you're on mute? Just raise your hand if you've said that. All right. How many times have you said to someone, Myrna, I can't see you, turn your video on? Less so, but sometimes. How many times has someone said that to you? I mean, it happens all the time to me, and I've been doing this for a long time. It got me thinking over the past couple of weeks. You know, we realize that there are people who are there, but they're on mute, or their video isn't seen. How often do I feel like God is on mute, or that God's video is not on? And I want to just look at God and say to God, God, talk to me. Talk to me in a way that I can hear you, or show me in a way that I can see you, because the world can be so frustrating. The world can be so frustrating. And I think a lot of us have had these experiences when things are not quite going our way, when we truly feel like God is on mute, that God is perhaps trying to say something, but we just can't hear it. There's a disconnect somewhere. Or that we want to see God there, but the video is off. Well, as we know, technology is a difficult thing. And we have to often remember that perhaps, just perhaps, the misconnect is on our end. Perhaps we are not looking carefully enough. Perhaps we are not listening to what God actually is saying. And yeah, we are still frustrated that a lot of the time we are not able to hear God. But I want to offer some insights, because even in those moments when I can't see or hear what God might be offering, I have to keep this in mind to remember that God is there. God, I see you in the green leaves against the blue sky. I saw you in the brilliance of that beautiful, huge full moon a couple of days ago. God, I saw you in the flowers that were blooming near where my father was buried. God, I see you every Sunday in the faces of our religious school children as they greet one another with smiles. God, I see you when a fire truck or a police car or an ambulance passes by, And I know that you're there in the help of our emergency workers so that people can be safe. God, I see you whenever an airplane lands, marveling at how something so heavy could ever have gotten off the ground in the first place. And God, I hear you. I hear you in that gorgeous laughter of my children. I hear you in the voice of our cantor and the voices of all the others who sang beautifully tonight. I hear you in the wisdom of those with whom I study each and every week at Temple Akiba. I heard you in the clap of thunder a couple of nights ago in the heavens east of Los Angeles. I hear you when voices of reason try to diffuse an international crisis between Russia and Ukraine so that our world can be at peace and not at war. God, you certainly are not on mute. And your video certainly is on. I think that I need to make sure that my connection is open, wide open, so that I can hear you and perceive you at every moment in time during the day. King Yehiratson, God, may your will shine through my heart. Amen. Friends, let's take a moment now to close our eyes and hear God's voice and see God's face as we pray silently. Cantor, thank you so much for introducing this new, beautiful new for us at least, beautiful Yehi L'Ratzon. Thank you for that prayer. It's so important for all of us to offer a prayer for healing for our world, for each other, for ourselves. And so as we offer the Misha Berach tonight, this prayer for wholeness, please use our chat box function to share names of people that you are thinking of who could use an extra embrace of wholeness on this Shabbat.
Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
May we all find healing and comfort and feel that loving embrace. It's now our honor to welcome, representing our congregation, our board director of engagement, Sarah Fields. Sarah, Shabbat Shalom to you.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'd like to wish everyone Shabbat Shalom, and especially anyone here for the first time. Thanks to Elizabeth and Morris for the beautiful candle blessing, for Michael for the beautiful Kiddush, for Ira for leading the Amida, and for Herman with the beautiful Chatzi Kaddish. Giving sweet treats to others is a mitzvah of Purim, and Temple Akiba is continuing this tradition with Mishloach Manot. You can order a basket of treats for your family, friends, as well as the temple clergy and staff. The deadline was going to be today, but they have extended it for another week. And Meg Clements will be staying after the service to answer any questions you have. Please save the date for the Purim Carnival, March 20th, and there are sponsorships and pre-sale tickets available. It is a link from the temple website. Because of the President's Day holiday, we have some closures. On Sunday, there will be no Sunday school on February 20th. And then on the 21st, Monday, the temple office will be closed along with Akiba High and the ECC. And finally, coming up on February 22nd, the men's group is having a movie night that looks really interesting. So I hope you'll check that out and attend that. It'll be on Zoom. So thanks, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for those announcements. And one additional one, we have our Purim Carnival as well as our Purim Spiel. And our religious school children ages 3rd grade through 6th grade have been working very, very hard on putting this together. And it is called The Wizard of Persia. And it is the Purim story set to the music of Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, and Wicked. So we're very excited about this show. It's going to debut one night and one day. It's going to be on Wednesday, March 16th at 6 p.m. as well as Sunday, March 20th, right before the Purim Carnival at 9 a.m. We hope that you can all join us for this show. And we will begin our concluding prayers with the chanting of the Aleinu, and we ask once again for all who are able to please rise. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'rei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
Please be seated, everyone. As we prepare for the mourner's Kaddish, I offer the following reading from our Siddur. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair. For we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. We remember friends and family of our community who have died, who will always live in our hearts from their eternal resting space. I ask that you use the chat feature once again in Zoom if you are sharing names of people who have died that are in your hearts that you do not believe may be on our list, because we want to honor those that you are thinking of at this time. I begin first with those for whom we are in Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning. At this time, this includes Emily Kaiser Winfield. Emily was 47 years old. She was diagnosed with cancer 6 years ago and given 2 years to live. But she survived much longer than the prognosis. And though she's not a member, her family were never members of Temple Akiba, her soul print has stretched very far, and she knows many people from our community. In addition to Emily, for whom we observe Shloshim, we also observe the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths that occur on this Shabbat, including Samuel Alderman, and I begin, of course, with those who are in our Sue and Jerry Erfrig Memorial Room. Samuel Alderman, Marion Chelnick, Dina Grousman, Gertrude Harris, Fanny Kimmelman, Sarah Miller, Richard Pachtman, Walter Pemstein, Harold Perlman, Schneor Pinsky, Robert Rains, Ronald Aaron Weinberg, Robert Wolford. We also remember Milton Belzer, Nellie Brunswick, Itamar Caspi, Edith Cohen, Ephraim Eshed Magaril, Gabriel Fine, Eva Guinard Angeline, Emiko Herao, Lil Kashansky, Lori Landau Lorden, Rose Levenberg, Irving Lieberman, Jack Morgan, Florence Morgan, Martin Pick, Ann Pilot, Jim Saltzman, Catherine Schved, my father, L. Dennis Shapiro, Harry Scher, Harriet Siegel, Henry Steinberg, Scarlett Weinberg, Louis Weissman, William Winters. May their names, as well as all those that are in our hearts, may they be embracing us from heaven as we share Kaddish Yatom. We ask once again that you please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalmad divrach rotei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'olmei olmaya Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'Kudashah barichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chayim Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, Amen. Please be seated, everyone. I actually want to share something beautiful that came to mind as we were reading Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. I remember well when I was a little boy, I would, every once in a while, we weren't a family that went to shul every Shabbat, but there was this one particular Shabbat I was there standing next to my father and struggling to read this prayer. It's a difficult prayer, the Mourner's Kaddish. And I kept on losing my place on the page. And my dad said to me, Zach, just find a word that you know, because there are a couple of words in there that I was familiar with, just a small word that you know, and look at that word and then find the next word that you know. And listen to my voice, Dad said, and eventually you'll get the rhythm of the prayer. And I did. And so whenever we offer Mourner's Kaddish, I actually think of my dad. He's standing on my shoulder, helping my finger find the right place. And it's a beautiful life lesson that he gave me. So everyone, let's take a deep breath. Cantor, how are we closing tonight?
We are closing with the singing of Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, a prayer for peace. And I'm going to start, and then Rabbi's going to take over. And please clap along and join us and sing along with us. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam.
O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, O Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, O Yavo Shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Oyavu shalom aleinu. Oyavu shalom aleinu. Oyavu shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. I'm going to just exit myself stage right for 1 second, everyone. Or maybe that was stage left. Elizabeth can help me with those stage managements, I'm not sure. If you have a challah nearby, please grab it. And if you don't, our tradition at Temple Akiba is that everyone should be putting your hands toward the challah so we can feel your vibes there. Here's the challah. And Cantor will lead us in our prayer over the bread.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone.